All right, so there we go. All right, we're on chapter 5. This is piecewise functions. So we spent 2 days on 5.1 because it's just hard to know all the little rules and it takes practice. So now we're on 5.2 and we are going to graph 3 lines on one graph. We're also going to look for numbers on a graph, like plugging in. So 2 things today. We're graphing and evaluating. So 3 equations. The first one, it's supposed to have this equal sign, sorry, and this special bracket. Okay. So begin it for MB. Close circle at -2. So begin at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do different colors. Let's do that. Red, purple, blue. So I'm going to have to be really careful because I'm doing colors. You know how I really want you to do these things in pencil? Since I'm now doing these things in colors, I have to really know where my restrictions are before I start graphing. This is a closed circle at -2, and it's less than -2. So if I begin at 4 and I go up 2 over 1, let me graph it. I'm going to graph it first in pencil and then go over it in purple or in red. So I'm going to first do a rough draft in pencil. But I have to be less than -2. That means I'm going backward. Like -2 is right here. This whole line is where a lot of my math is. 2x plus 4, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And it's a closed circle. I only want down 2 over 1. I only want less than. So now I can do my red. All right, there's my red. It meets all the criteria. Purple, y equals 3. This is a horizontal line. It's between, remember this? -2 and 2, between. In the format of less than, open circles. So it's y equals 3, which is this line right here. It's a horizontal line, but it's only in between -2 and 2, and they're open circles. Here's -2, and here's 2. In purple, the only thing I want to see is in the line in between there. I don't want to see anything else. So it's purple, it's horizontal, it's open circles at -2 and 2. My last blue line is greater than, closed circle, because it's greater than or equal to, bigger or to the right of 2, bigger than 2. Begin at 5. I better do a rough draft in pencil. Begin at 5. Rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. Okay. I have my tentative line. I want it to be a closed circle at 2, and then the line going bigger than it. Here's +2. So there's a dot. This one's going to be closed, and I only want larger than the line, to the right of the line. So in blue, I'll do my closed circle on the 2 line. and I only went to the right. So I don't even want my y-intercept anymore. And those are my 3 equations. Over what part is the function increasing? It goes up twice. It's up right here and right here. But I have to tell you the boundary zones. Like, what's it in between? Okay. So this red line going up, it's in between negative infinity because it's going to go forever down. So negative infinity, parentheses negative infinity, and it stops at -2, bracket. It stops at -2. It's in between negative infinity because the line goes forever left down here, and it stops at -2. Also, my line increases. This blue line, where does it begin and where does it go to? It begins at 2, and that's is it a bracket or a parentheses? Less than, greater than, open circle, and parentheses. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, closed circle, bracket. Bracket, +2, and then it goes up to the right, forever to the right, which is positive infinity. It stays, it doesn't ever decrease, constant, sorry, I spelled it wrong, constant, between -2 and 2. Or I could write it like this, parentheses, because it's a closed circle, I could write it like that, between -2 and 2. That's 2 ways to write it. 2 different ways to write between -2 and 2. Constant means it's flat. It doesn't go up or down. Flat, no slope. Okay? Let's go on to number 2. All right. Evaluating piecewise functions. We are going to check to see whether the number in parentheses, this says f of 0, like x would be 0. F of x, the number inside is my x value. So, if x is 0, if x is 2, if x is 4, if x is -2, if x is 5. Okay, this says less than 2. This says greater than or equal to 2. So I want to know. The top one is only talking about the line less than 2. Let's call that A. The bottom one is talking about greater than or exactly 2, greater than or equal to 2. That's B. Can you guys tell me which numbers here are less than 2? Is 0 less than 2? F of x. Am I going too fast? Okay. F of x, f of 0 is 0. If I put x in for 0, 0, would that be less than 2? Is that less than 2? So I'm going to use A, equation A. That means you plug 0 into this equation, x plus 2. 0 plus 2. And then what's the answer of 0 plus 2? 2. F of 2. Is 2 less than 2 or greater than or equal to 2? Greater than or equal to. So I'm going to use B. Plug 2 into 2x plus 1. So I have to look and first decide, does my number in parentheses fit with the top equation or the bottom equation? And then I plug it in. So plug it in, plug it in. Plug 2 into 2x plus 1. 2 times 2 plus 1. What's 2 times 2 plus 1? 5. So I could say like f of 2 equals 5. And then f of 0 equals 2. All right, 4. Is 4 the top equation or the bottom equation? Is it less than 2 or is it greater than or equal to 2? Greater than or equal to 2. Use B. Plug 4 into 2x plus 1. 2 times 4 plus 1. 8 plus 1. 9. F of 4 equals 9. You only can plug it into the equation that has the restrictions that fit. F of negative 2. Is negative 2 less than 2 or greater than or equal to? Less than 2. Use equation A. Plug negative 2 into x plus 2. Negative 2 plus 2. X plus 2. Take a break because you've been helping so much. 0. F of negative 2 equals 0. You guys getting the hang of this? 5. Is 5 less than 2 or greater than or equal to 2? Greater than. Use B. Plug 5 into 2x plus 1. Two times 5 plus 1. Order of operations, you better do 2 times 5 first. 11. F of 5 equals 11. Okay. Number 3 is exactly the same thing. It's just a different equation. And so I actually want to skip number 3 because it's important to me that I get to number 4. All right. Something I need to remind you of. Given the graph, evaluate for x. I don't have an equation. I can't plug anything in. I have to look at the graph. Look for the number, the f of whatever number, on the x-axis. Find where the line is. Look for f of the number on the x-axis and find out where the line is, because I don't have an equation to plug it into. All right. F of negative 4. X is negative. Where is x negative 4 on this graph? Everybody point to it. Where is x negative 4? Point to it with your finger. Where on the X do you see -4? Point to it with your finger. Point to it with your finger. Where is X -4? X -4. Yes, there. Yes, there. Yes, there. Yes. Sorry, this is important. It's the first time we've done this. Yes, -4. Good. And hold on, 6 more people. -4 is there. -4 is below. Yes, there. Where is X -4? Point to it with your finger. No, X. See the X axis? Yep. And good. Can you now tell me if you scan your finger up or down, where is the line? What number is it at when you go up or down? It's at -1. F of -4. At -4, where's my line? It's nowhere here. No, no, no. Oh, it's here. So I'm going to put -1. So you're literally just looking at the graph. Where is there a line? You guys, I could have a parabola here. I could have any sort of shape. I just happen to have 2 straight lines. Okay, 0. Point to 0. Where is X equal to 0? So that's the origin, right? The middle? Now scan up or down. Where is there a line? Okay, if I go up, is there a line here? Because it's an open circle. No, no. It's an open circle. There's nothing there. It's not included. So where else is there? -1 is the answer. So we have to make note of that. So it's -1, and I'm going to say 3 is not included because it's an open circle. You can't count it. You can't use it. It's not a solution. It's an open circle. Okay, where is X2? Is your finger right here? Go up or down. Where is the line on this 2? It's at 3. So the answer is 3. If you're not given an equation to plug into, you have to look at the graph. And you go along the x-axis because it says f of x, where x equals 2, right here. Question?
What would have happened if 3 was included? It wasn't just a
Okay.
circle.
Let's say they were both closed.
Yeah.
I would say that it had two y values.
How would that get written down?
You would list both and put a comma, or the word A and D. You just list both.
Okay.
I like that question. So the point of this open circle, closed circle is that if you ever have a battle, guess who's going to win? The closed circle is going to win because it's included. Open circles aren't included. It's no solution there. It's like a hole in the graph. A big space, a chunk taken out. Okay, now, your only homework is to practice on the worksheet from yesterday, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we need to talk about Delta Math. Can you guys all get your Chromebooks out? I'm going to stop the video.